Good morning to all. Welcome to this PPT. It is prepared by Mohini Sharma and presented to Shikha ma'am on the topic the law of variable proportion. It states that the use of more and more units of variable factors of production along with the specific numbers of units of fixed factor results in change in total product in variable proportion. So what this basically mean? It's mean that when we apply a variable factor, for example labor, to a given quantity of a fixed factor, and for example machinery, initially our MP and AP, that is average product and marginal product, both will increase, but eventually both will fall, due to which our total product will increase at increasing rate initially, but eventually it will increase at a diminishing rate. Other two things which have to be kept in mind while it's studying this law of variable proportion is that law of variable proportion is also known as law returns to a factor, but don't get confused with law returns to scale. That is entirely a different concept. And lastly but not least, it is short run phenomena. Now I will explain the law of variable proportion with the help of this table, in which the land is taken as the fixed factor of production and labor is taken as the variable factor of this proportion. A variable factor of production. Firstly we have to take AP, then we निकालेंगे TP by AP into Q, and हम MP निकालेंगे TP n minus TP n minus 1. So moving ahead to the most important part, where we will studying the three stages with the help of two diagrams. We have one diagram where we have the TP curve, and diagram second where we have MP and AP curves. So stage 1 is increasing returns to factor stage, and we notice is that initial part of this stage all the three curves are increasing. We see TP is increasing at increasing rate, whereas MP is also increasing, and AP curve is also increasing. But after employment of units of labor, we notice that TP is increasing, but now it is increasing at diminishing rate. At this point, which is known as F, which point of inflection, the TP curve changes its direction and MP has reached the maximum point. After a point, we notice MP curve starts falling, whereas AP is still the same. Now we come to the stage that is when we employ units of labor, we notice that TP is still the same, increasing at diminishing manner, whereas at this point AP and MP both have intersected with each other. We notice after a point AP curve, which was increasing till now, also starts falling. Now we see are in the stage 2, where we have reached the maximum point, where TP curve is at maximum point. MP curve at this point has now gone below to the x-axis. When does it happen? It happens when units of labor are employed. That is, now we have entered the negative returns to a factor. Now when we apply labor to our machinery, it is giving us negative returns, and that's why our TP curve is falling, whereas AP is also falling. Remember, AP can never touch the x-axis or go below to it. Whereas we notice MP curve has now gone below the x-axis. So that's it all about. This is all about it. This diagram. Now coming to relationship between MP and TP, which I will explain here in short. We notice that in stage first, MP is increasing and it is in positive manner, whereas TP is also increasing in an increasing manner. Whereas next we notice after a point MP starts falling, whereas TP is increasing still, but now at a diminishing manner. Later we discuss that MP becomes 0 and TP is at its maximum point, and later we later when MP becomes negative, AP also declines. This is the relationship between MP and TP. Moving to the AP and MP relationship, we notice MP is increasing, then AP is also increasing initially, we notice both are increasing, and we can see line is above the line, so MP is greater than AP later on. At this point, MP and AP are equal to each other when they cut, and lastly we notice both are falling, AP and MP. After this point we see both are falling, but we also notice that of course the AP curve here is above the MP curve, so AP is greater than MP. So this is all about the crux of this diagram. Now coming to the stages. First stage is a stage of increasing returns. It in this stage TP increasing at increasing rate as more available factors are applied with fixed factor, and AP also increases at a speed less than MP, and MP yani marginal product increases at a speed greater than increase in AP. Now in second stage of diminishing returns. In this stage, TP increasing at diminishing rate and become maximum or highest. Both AP and MP product falls, but fall in MP is greater than fall in AP. MP also reaches the level 0. In third stage of negative returns, TP starts to decline and AP falls but remain positive. MP becomes negative. Now we come to the assumptions of this law. Assumptions of law of variable proportion. First is no change in technique of production. What this law says? This law assumes that there's no change in the technique of production, because whenever there's any change or improvement in the technique of production, more output can be produced with the use of as much as resources were being used before. And second is nature of factors of production. It is based on the assumption that there are only two factors are fixed and another is variable. Next is homogeneous units of production. It is also assumed that the units of a factors of production are homogeneous, that is all the units are totally same. And last but not least, applicable in short run. Law of variable proportion is applicable in short run because only in short run one factor can be kept constant, as in the long run all the factors are variable. Now we will on the stage on this question that what is the stage of rational decision making. So answer is second stage. In this stage TP is increasing at diminishing rate. Both MP and AP are declining, but they are positive. The profit maximizing output and employment lies in this stage of production. And lastly, thank you. This is all about the law of variable proportion. Have a nice day.